Hey, I've got a great story to tell you about that just happened this week. Very exciting new project in my life. Hi, everybody. This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad, marketing gunslinger. And yes, Amazon #1 best-selling author. That's fun to say. Anyway, I don't know if have you ever heard of Mattress Mack from down in Houston? Mattress Mack owns a really large furniture store, upscale furniture store called Gallery Furniture down in Houston. And if you have not heard about him, I want you to watch this brief video from CBS News that happened during Hurricane Harvey when it attacked Houston. Watch this.
In our series, A More Perfect Union, we highlight examples of people coming together to show that what unites us is far greater than what divides us. In Texas, countless people have demonstrated extraordinary acts of humanity to help flood victims. David Begnaud introduces us to a furniture store owner who opened his doors to hundreds of evacuees. David is in the flooded community of Humble, just outside Houston. Good morning.
Margaret, good morning. A story that'll make you smile. We all need a smile, right? You mentioned this guy's name, and everybody here in Houston says, oh yeah, Mattress Mack. Guy's got a 160,000-foot showroom. Huge. And at the start of the storm, he was rescuing people. The only difference with his rescuing, he had a place to take them to.
I'm part capitalist and part social worker, and this is what I like to do. Everything going all right?
Yes, sir.
You need anything?
No, sir.
Jim McIngvale, a.k.a. Mattress Mack, has made a name for himself selling furniture. But it's his legacy of giving that's going to leave a permanent impression.
I'm worried about these people. I'm worried about the business. I'm worried about the community.
Sunday, he posted via social media that 2 of his Gallery Furniture stores would be open, not for business, but to provide shelter and food for people in need. Valencia Grace and her son Jalen are now among the hundreds of people who've taken up shelter in one of Mack's stores.
It's good to be here away from the flood because it would have got, when it started raining, it would have got all the way right here.
The water started to come in the house, and it was coming in so fast we had a matter of time to get out the house.
Grace and her son got in one of the trucks that Mack deployed to rescue people from the rising floodwater. He's also providing food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the evacuees.
We thank Mr. Mack for opening up his doors to us because we didn't know where our next meal was going to come from, or clothes on our back.
Mack estimates it costs $30,000 or $40,000 to keep his stores up and running through the crisis.
We can afford that, and what we can't afford is to cause these people to lose hope. We got to give them hope. This is what my parents would have done.
His record of community service would make his family proud. Every Christmas, his business has provided furniture to families in need. He also donates his furniture to make over teachers' lounges in area schools.
It's a long way from New Orleans, and not just in miles. Yeah.
Even providing refuge isn't new to Mack. In 2005, he housed 200 of the Hurricane Katrina evacuees in his store. Several of the Katrina victims, like Jerry Burke, even landed a job there.
Need anything, you good? 05 Katrina blew me in. Lost everything, didn't know where I was gonna go, what to do. And I came here and talked to Mack, and he sent me to HR, and the rest was history. He furnished my apartment, gave me everything that I needed to survive, plus a job. Totally life-changer for me and my family.
Some of Harvey's evacuees, like Roberta Lee, are paying it forward, helping out in the store.
Whatever he needed me to do, I was there. So now I'm like just answering the phones, directing people, that come in that need help.
Even though the upcoming Labor Day weekend is an important one for the furniture business, Mack says he's not going to kick anyone out.
We're going to keep these folks here as long as they need to be here. They may be here 3 days, they may be here 7, who knows? We're here to help, and that's what we do. That's who we are.
For him to open his door and said, if you're affected by the flood, come in. And I mean, you had people wet, you had people dirty. Who does that? Do you have to see it to believe it? It's real. I mean, he has a heart of gold.
And just look around us. The man is an angel.
Nobody asked him to do this. The city didn't call him and ask him if he could open his doors. Mattress Mack said, I want to. And that's what thousands of other people have done. Brought their boats, brought their vehicles, and their good hearts, and made people smile. Gail, you know what else made people smile? Yesterday at about 6 o'clock, people were pulling over on the side of the road to take a picture of the sun, something we hadn't seen here in about 3 days.
Oh boy, David, what a great story. Listen, if you live in Houston, it makes you think, I want to go to Gallery Furniture, buy some furniture and help some people out. Go Mattress Mack. That's awesome. Thank you, David. More perfect union indeed.
So clearly, Mattress Mack, Jim McIngvale, is an amazing guy. And after I saw that story during the hurricane and how he opened his store to help people and to shelter them and feed them during that, I don't know. I just out of the blue thought, he sounds like the kind of guy who would like to read my book. So I signed a book off to him and we sent it to him. And I've had a few people say, well, you did that for marketing purposes. And you know what? Sometimes you do stuff just for good guyism, right? Just because it's a nice thing to do. And that was really all it was. This guy is a very successful man. And I had no pretense whatsoever when I sent that down to him. And that was many months ago, right? Out of the blue this week, Mattress Mack, Jim called me and he said, and he hired me to come down and consult for them. And so we are now putting the plans together for me to go down to Houston and spend a couple of days with him and his staff, looking towards the future for Gallery Furniture and where they're going to go. Now, this guy is a tremendously successful businessman, and a very strong community leader. But what was it that caused him to call me? And that's a marketing lesson. I mean, obviously, being involved in the community, yes, there is community marketing, and that's a good thing to do. That can also help you be more successful. But one thing that I would strongly say to you is, and I think being involved in your community is always a very good thing for us and our businesses to do. And yes, it can be a great marketing tool, but you've got to do it for the right reasons. You have to do it because your heart is in there. You can't do it just because you're saying, oh yeah, if I do this, people are going to think I'm really, really nice guy. You know what? People are gonna see right through you. So and if you're not real, they'll see that. So yes, that's one lesson to learn, is community marketing is a very powerful tool if your heart is in the right place. But from my perspective, why did he call? Well, number one, yeah, okay, I sent him the book. And so that was great. But why did he call me? I know now he told me that he really, really liked the book, and thought the book was really, really great. But he didn't just pick up the phone and call me when he finished reading the book. Here's what happened. He went to the Houston Astros opening game the other night, and one of the colors of the Houston Astros is orange. And so he started seeing this orange, and bang, it reminded him of me. And he said, you know what? When I saw that orange, it just reminded me, I need to call this guy and have him come down and help us. So here's the marketing thing about that. There are actually two little tips there to follow up with for you to maybe use in your own businesses. Well, number one is own a color. I say this all the time. Obviously I own orange, and regarding orange, I walk the talk, right? I always wear orange whenever I'm presenting, whenever I'm speaking, when I'm in front of you here. I surround myself with orange. My glasses are orange. I have orange keys. I have orange socks. I've got orange sweaters. We send out stuff that's orange. I just found a really cool new water bottle, collapsible water bottle. All right, whoops. Anyway, it's a collapsible water bottle, and it, although I can't get it open right now, but here we go. Is this going to do it? Anyway, and this opens up, and it's all orange. See that? See that big old collapsible water bottle? So anyway, the point is that I kill my marketplace with Orange, and I keep saying Orange is Steve Miller, Orange is uncopyable. And when you see Orange, I want you to think of Steve Miller, and I want you to think of Uncopyable. And here was a perfect example. And what happened was that the definition of marketing is also to be on the mind of the prospect when the prospect is ready to buy. And Jim was ready to buy. And when he saw the orange, it reminded him of me, but then at the same time, it gave him motivation to pick up the phone and call me, because the lightning bolt had come out of the sky, hit him square in the head, and he said to me in our conversation, he said, I don't want to get Amazoned. Now, I don't know if he could ever get Amazoned or not, but it's certainly a great fear to have, a healthy fear, healthy paranoia. And he also said that he understands that database, big data is really, really important to his future. Well, this guy is about the same age as I am, and, he's still a very forward-thinking guy. So I'm very excited about working with Jim, Mattress Mack down in Houston. I think it could be one of the most fun projects I've ever been involved in, and I certainly hope that I can help touch his life and help touch his world and grow his business and grow his involvement with his community. And I hope that this gave you some ideas this week. The Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad, marketing gunslinger, and Amazon #1 best-selling author. I'll be back again next week for another one of my another episode. This is episode number 90 this week. Next week I'll be back again with another one of my weekly uncopyable business messages. Until then, always remember, be uncopyable. See ya.